Looking for the best budget gaming monitor? In this video, we'll break down the top budget gaming monitor options available, whilst comparing them for price versus performance. Before we get started with our video detailing the best budget gaming monitors on the market, we have included links in the description for each product mentioned, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting off at number 1, we have the ViewSonic XG2402. Often considered the best 1080p TN monitor currently out, the ViewSonic XG2402 is an excellent gaming display, featuring an extremely fast response time, a very low input lag, a 144Hz refresh rate, and FreeSync support, all of which are beneficial for serious gaming. You can get this monitor for just around $200 to $250, with the price sometimes dropping below $200 during a sale. A 24-inch display, the XG2402 has a well-built chassis with a stylish design, similar to other monitors under the gaming-focused ViewSonic XG series. While they are not ultra-thin, the bezels look good and are not distracting. The monitor offers built-in speakers, but they are not good, which isn't really a big deal since monitor speakers are terrible in general. The default stand is fully adjustable, which is notable considering many budget monitors have poor ergonomics. This ViewSonic unit is a versatile gaming monitor that works great for both PC and console gaming, featuring dual HDMI input ports for connectivity with current-gen consoles. It has an extremely fast response time, which is great for fast-paced games. The 144Hz refresh rate translates to increased smoothness, while the very low input lag is beneficial in competitive gaming. And with the FreeSync feature enabled, the monitor refresh rate dynamically adapts to the graphics card output, eliminating screen tearing. In addition, FreeSync is supported over both DisplayPort and HDMI, which is great if you want to use adaptive sync technology on Xbox One. Regardless of the input port used, the FreeSync range is 48 to 144 Hz. Unfortunately, the XG2402 is not comparable to in-plane switching and vertical alignment monitors regarding overall picture quality, with mediocre contrast and poor viewing angles. This isn't surprising considering TN panels are not exactly known for their picture quality. While it has better picture quality than most other 1080p TN monitors, especially considering out-of-the-box color accuracy, the XG2402 is not an ideal monitor if you play mostly single-player games with pretty visuals, such as Final Fantasy XV and Hellblade. Overall, the XG2402 is an excellent gaming monitor. It's our recommended product if you want the best budget FreeSync monitor that offers great value for the money. If you care more about response times, refresh rate, and input lag than overall picture quality, this gaming monitor is for you. At number 2, we have the Dell S2417DG. GSync monitors offer a more premium gaming experience than FreeSync monitors, with consistently low input lag and wide effective ranges, but they are significantly more expensive because they require proprietary hardware from NVIDIA, with many GSync monitors selling for well over $500. If you want a relatively affordable unit, check out the Dell S2417DG. A 24-inch TN monitor with a QHD resolution and a 144Hz standard refresh rate, this Dell monitor normally sells for around $400, but it regularly goes on sale, with the price dropping to around $300 to $350. It's got a simple design similar to that of most Dell office monitors, featuring a minimalistic chassis with thin bezels and a plain black panel with down-facing input ports. Like the ViewSonic XG2402, it includes a fully adaptable stand and a USB hub. This Dell gaming monitor has one DisplayPort and one HDMI port, with the G-Sync feature limited to the former input. This is in line with other G-Sync monitors, which are less versatile than FreeSync monitors regarding connectivity options. And unlike with FreeSync monitors, the S2417DG only allows for variable refresh rates when connected to an NVIDIA graphics card, which is another limitation of G-Sync monitors. Featuring an extremely fast response time and great input lag, this monitor is a fantastic monitor for pure gaming. It's great for first-person shooters, racing games, sports games, and real-time strategy games, among others. The 144Hz refresh rate can be easily overclocked to 165Hz, which is great if you want everything to be as smooth as possible. Like FreeSync, G-Sync dynamically adapts the monitor refresh rate to the graphics card output, which eliminates screen tearing when the refresh rate is erratic. You can't take advantage of G-Sync if you game on consoles though, as the technology is not compatible with gaming consoles. The S2417DG is not a recommended monitor if you mostly play AAA games with gorgeous graphics and want a more immersive gaming experience. While the QHD native resolution translates to more detailed images, the TN panel and screen size are limiting factors. The former means the picture quality is not comparable to IPS and VA monitors. The small screen size makes it easier to view the entire screen though, which can be advantageous in competitive gaming. At number 3, we have the AOC G2590FX. As mentioned, G-Sync monitors are more expensive, which is bad news for those who own an NVIDIA graphics card and can't afford to spend more than $300 on a monitor. The good news is that there are now GSync compatible monitors on the market. Announced at CES 2019, GSync compatible monitors are simply FreeSync monitors that allow for variable refresh rates when connected to GeForce GTX 10 series, GeForce RTX 20 series, and newer NVIDIA graphics cards. Since they don't require proprietary hardware from NVIDIA, they are cheaper than GSync monitors. Of the official GSync compatible monitors currently out, the AOC G2590FX is the best budget option. Featuring a 144Hz refresh rate, the G2590FX is a 25-inch TN monitor with a 1080p resolution and a regular 16:9 aspect ratio. You can get it for less than $200, which is a common price tag for TN monitors with similar specifications. It has very thin bezels at 3 sides, which is great if you want to build a multi-monitor setup, and includes multiple input options, including DisplayPort and HDMI. This AOC monitor offers excellent gaming performance, with a fast response time and low input lag, whether or not the adaptive sync feature is enabled. It supports FreeSync over both DisplayPort and HDMI when connected to an AMD graphics card. However, if you connect it to a compatible NVIDIA graphics card, the adaptive sync feature will be limited to DisplayPort. On the bright side, setting up the adaptive sync feature is seamless since the G2590FX is an official GSync compatible monitor, with the features automatically turning on once connected to a compatible NVIDIA graphics card using a DisplayPort cable, assuming the required driver is also installed. On the not-so-bright side, this gaming monitor has mediocre picture quality, with poor contrast and narrow viewing angles, which isn't surprising considering it has a TN panel. At number 4, we have the LG 24UD58B. 4K monitors, which feature a 3840 by 2160 resolution, are recommended options if you want more detailed images when playing games with pretty graphics. Whether you game on PC or consoles, they are more suitable for games such as The Witcher 3, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. If you want a cheap 4K monitor, check out the LG 24UD58B, which sells for less than $300. An IPS monitor, the 24UD58B is a 24-inch display with a 60Hz refresh rate, which is a common refresh rate among 4K monitors. It has a plain design that won't win style points, with fairly thick bezels at all sides and a non-height adjustable stand with limited ergonomics. There are no internal speakers on this monitor, but there is an audio out port for headphones. For video input, the LG 4K monitor has 2 HDMI ports and 1 DisplayPort, all of which can support a 4K resolution at the max refresh rate. Since the HDMI ports are HDMI 2.0, the monitor is fully compatible with PS4 Pro and Xbox One X consoles. However, the FreeSync feature is limited to DisplayPort, which means you can't use adaptive sync if you game on Xbox One consoles. The 24UD58B is a recommended monitor if you have a very small desk or prefer a display that's comfortable to use when sitting less than 3 feet from the screen. Since it has an IPS panel, it offers better overall picture quality than TN monitors, with wide viewing angles, good out-of-the-box color accuracy, and decent brightness. It's not as good as VA monitors regarding contrast ratio though, and its small screen doesn't make for a very immersive gaming experience. While not as good as TN gaming monitors, the 24UD58B offers good gaming performance. It has a good response time for an IPS panel and a very low input lag. It's great for regular gaming, especially if you mostly play story-driven and slow-paced games. But for fast-paced competitive games such as Overwatch and Counter-Strike Global Offensive, there are better options. And for our final pick at number 5, we have the Dell P2417H. If you care more about overall picture quality than response times, consider IPS monitors. They offer better color reproduction and viewing angles than TN monitors. They are more suitable for regular gaming than competitive gaming. There are a lot of cheap IPS monitors on the market, many of which are simply designed for office work and general use, but there's also those that also work well for gaming, with the Dell P2417H being the best example. Selling for just around $150 to $170, the P2417H is a 24-inch 1080p monitor with a common 60Hz refresh rate. While it's obviously designed for professional use, it's also a good monitor for regular gaming, whether you game on PC or consoles. It has a well-built chassis with the same minimalistic aesthetic as other Dell Office monitors. It has a fully adjustable stand with integrated cable management and offers good connectivity options. For input, it has 1 DisplayPort, 1 VGA port, and 1 HDMI port, with the latter connection option allowing for compatibility with consoles. Considering the 1080p resolution, the HDMI 1.4 port is good enough for console gaming. In addition, the monitor has a USB hub for charging your controllers, which is convenient. The P2417H has good picture quality for a budget IPS monitor, with good out-of-the-box color accuracy, wide viewing angles, and decent contrast for an IPS panel. While not in the same league as gaming monitors, it has a solid gaming performance as well, featuring good response time and a very low input lag. On the flip side, the limited 60Hz refresh rate will disappoint hardcore gamers. Not to mention the monitor has no variable refresh rate technology. Overall, the P2417H is a great budget IPS monitor, not only for regular gaming but also for office work and productivity. If you want an all-around budget monitor for both productivity and entertainment, check out this Dell product. So that sums up our top budget gaming monitor options of 2019. We hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like on the video, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have a great day.